You're up early.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting ready for the show.
How?
Well, I thought since we're doing Gorillaz Demon Days today, and they're an animated band, we should have an animated version of Review Me Please.
Well, that sounds pretty cool. How do we do that?
We animate. Here, I'm gonna animate you.
No.
No, really,
No,
it's fine.
stop,
No, I'm gonna animate
please.
you. Hey, welcome to another episode of Review Me Please. I'm Michael.
And I'm PJ, and we're here to review some records for you.
So this month we have another Vinyl Me Please exclusive repressing. This is... Gorillaz Demon Days! Alright, BJ, so we know the album pretty well, I would say. It's a pretty major release from a pretty major band of the last decade or so.
There's definitely, you've seen music videos from the album.
Absolutely, and the videos are amazing because for those few of you who've been living under a rock, Gorillaz is one of the world's few animated bands. So you can see from the cover, we have the 4 band members, which are all beautifully animated and drawn and illustrated. And then we've got these amazing interior artwork pieces where every song has its own little motif, which is super cool. It's like a comic strip that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like reading the Ultimate Warriors comic.
Oh my god. That should be a bonus episode. Doesn't matter that it's not music. That thing is terrifying. Then we've got the back cover, which of course has all 4 sides of the albums. Since it has been so beautifully remastered, we have 2 LPs in this package. And another lovely cartoon motif of the band, and a monkey. Right, so as I said, there are actually 2 LPs in this package.
Ooh.
Huh?
Hey, look at that.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that might be the prettiest bit of vinyl I've ever seen.
The other one is of a similar blood red hue, but you'll notice that each one of the sides has a different member of the band on them.
And what does that say, do you think, about each member? Does 2D get side A because he's the lead singer? Oh, Murdoch.
Murdoch got side A, yes. The vicious and satanic Murdoch got side A. What are Gorillaz trying to say? Are they responsible for the moral corruption of our youth? We'll explore that and more in this episode of Review Me Please. We won't explore this and more in this episode.
We're not gonna ever. No, probably not. So what else is in the package this time?
Well, we've got the usual Vinyl Me Please artwork, and this time it's by Ariel Roman. All right, PJ, well, I hate to disappoint you.
No, you don't.
You're right, I love to disappoint you. So this is gonna be great. There are no liner notes in this release.
Are you kidding me? You're gonna tell me there's no lyric sheet either?
That is what I'm gonna tell you. There's no lyric sheet either.
Well, okay, fine. Is there anything good at all in this?
Yes. Stickers!
Cool.
Yeah, stickers are cool. You can stick them to stuff.
But what are you gonna stick them to? Oh no.
Hold still.
No.
And as always, PJ, we have the Vinyl Me Please cocktail.
Oh, what do we have this time?
This time around, it's a variant on a margarita, so I'm very excited about that.
Okay.
We have El Mañana.
All right, Michael, now that we know what the cocktail is, I think there's only one thing left to do.
Let's head back to the Review Me Please kitchen and get our drink on.
What are we gonna put our drink on?
The table.
Sounds reasonable.
Mmm.
Mouth noises. The director approves.
Yes, he does. Welcome back to the Review Me Please kitchen, where today we're going to be crafting El Mañana. PJ, tell me a little bit about what you think of El Mañana based on what we've read about the recipe.
Well, up front, I'm gonna let you know there's a strike against this cocktail for me in my book. We live in a big city, and I expect really to be able to go out to specialty stores and find anything I need.
Yeah.
This cocktail's actually pretty simple. It only needs tequila, this one specific cocktail mixer.
Very specific.
It suggests maybe adding a bit of sparkling water, and that's fairly available. However, it also includes a lemon flake sea salt, which I could not find in any store, be it a normal grocery store, an organic grocery store, or especially spice shops. Lemon flake sea salt was just not available in town.
So you're saying you didn't go out to a salt mine, stake a claim, chip off your own salt, grow lemon trees in your backyard, and then take the salt that you'd mined and infuse them with your very own lemons?
No, so the only way you're really gonna get it is if you order it online.
So you're fired.
Yes. Anyway, being that I am a career apartment dweller in a big city, it seems like it's just better to go online and order some of these things. Even the mixer for this cocktail, it seems like it's better to order online because even specialty alcohol stores only had a couple in stock. All right, so without further ado, let's mix this cocktail up.
All right.
All right, so first, if you could hand me a tequila, we're gonna throw it into this ice shaker.
Tequila.
There we are.
Bum, bum, bum,
And if we could also add in then the mixer.
The mixer, Wicked Green, which is not green.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. A little disappointed. I was hoping for green.
What are you gonna do?
All right, then you are to shake this concoction vigorously for 15 seconds. Not a second more?
Not a second less.
There you go. Oh shit, I lost count.
14, 15.
Almost blew it, guys. All right, then we're gonna salt up the rim of each of these glasses by first going like these.
The lime is like glue for salt.
Salt glue, delicious. All right, got one there.
It's a salty rim.
And you'll note we are not using the lemon flake salt. We're just using regular sea salt because, again, I can't be bothered to find it. Let's add some ice into these glasses because we're gonna have to strain this into glasses of ice.
Note that you don't have to use fancy schmancy tongs for your ice. You also don't have to drop the ice cubes on your floor.
All right, so we'll strain into our glasses. Yep. I might have gotten generous with one.
Keep pouring, keep pouring. You're almost there.
Yeah,
You're so close.
I nailed it. It says to try it first and then add the sparkling water, but we're gonna add a bit of splash in there just for a bit of bubbling.
What a lovely splash.
And then to finish it off, we just garnish with these limes right here.
Finish it.
That's not the right one.
Is there a right lime and a wrong lime?
When you prep it ahead of time, there is.
What did you do with the wrong lime? All right, PJ, what time is it?
It's Vader time.
No, it's time to return to the Review Me Please record room, where we're going to give Gorillaz' Demon Days a spin. All right, PJ, we've had a chance to listen to Demon Days. So what is your overall impression of this album?
Well, overall, this album does a great job of creating an atmosphere for each song. There's a lot of layers that go into most of Gorillaz' tracks. And I'd already heard this album before because I happen to own a digital copy of it. But I have to admit that the stereo system and the vinyl pressing really make a difference.
It was interesting for me because this is the first time I've really had a chance to sit down and listen to the entirety of Demon Days all at once. Because I had the Gorillaz debut album on CD a while back, and Demon Days I've heard over the years. I've heard the singles here and there. I heard the whole album once in someone's car stereo or whatever, but I never really had a chance to sit down, really hear the nuances of everything. And I think with the vinyl and the stereo and everything, as you say, you get to hear a lot of the cool little production elements, the layers that are in the album. I thought the production overall was just cool. There's a semblance of cool that's just palpable here. Like there's a thread of cool sewing it all together, and you can hear it.
There's a thread.
There's a thread of cool running through everything, and it pulls it tight.
All right, Michael, so what are your favorite tracks on this album?
The ones that I really took notice of, I really liked Oh Green World. I thought that was super cool. There was this weird, dissonant, junky coolness, kind of like this janky sort of beat that's like, it reminded me of junk percussion. It's got like this kind of like jalopy groove to it, but then like these surf guitar adrenaline shots get injected into it, and Damon Albarn's famous vocal style adds kind of this layer of indie coolness to it. It's just, this album makes me feel cooler than I am.
That should be pretty easy.
It is. It's a really low bar. So, PJ, what are some of your favorite tracks on this album?
Well, on this one, and even from when I heard it for the first time, I've always been drawn to the white light for some reason. I think it's because of, you know, you have like the lyric like white light, doo-doo, doo-doo, that whole bit. I'm kind of a sucker for that, especially when people try to use their mouths to just try to recreate some kind of instrumental. It always brings a smile to my face. Also, I'm actually gonna break away from trying to avoid the singles. I really have always loved Dare on this one.
It's a little poppy, it's a little dancey, but yeah, I dug it too. You know, it's interesting that you mentioned that too, because I didn't intentionally avoid the singles.
Yeah.
That's just something that sort of naturally happened as I was listening to the album, and I think that's because Gorillaz is such a unique band and a unique listening experience. It's hard to even pick a single that works as a normal single. So even when they do pop, it's way left field, which is pretty cool. So let's take a look at the original artwork by Ariel Roman, created for Demon Days. What do you see?
Well, I kind of get this impression of a half planet, half asteroid thing going on here in this sort of black and white with these nice green edges. But it does kind of remind me of like a soldier's helmet in the way that the world is with the asteroid coming out. Kind of gives me a slight morbid feel of maybe like a battlefield helmet with maybe a piece of a head left. That's the impression I get when I first just look at it.
Yeah, I was interested in this piece because it's so stark. It's interesting because this piece by Ariel Roman is so contrasting with Jamie Hewitt's illustration style, the guy who draws Gorillaz, which, you know, he uses a lot of bright colors, and there might be dark subject matter, but it's very bright and vibrant and in your face. And this has a stark, almost like post-apocalyptic kind of feel to it. It's interesting though, it's like there's a cloud inside the earth. We're getting sort of this strange view that you don't normally get. There's nothing at the core but like this misty sort of mystery, perhaps? Misty mysteries abound. So perhaps the demon days have already come, and this is all that's left.
All right, Michael, so what'd you think of the cocktail?
The cocktail, El Mañana, is delicious. I don't know how I think it fits with the album. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but I know I love it. This is freaking delicious, and I would drink a lot of this. Probably too much of this.
I mean, I understand why you love it. It ticks all your boxes. It's got tea, spicy, tequila, which I know you're a fan of.
I love all those things so much!
I mean, I have to admit, it's a decent cocktail. For me, it's not going to be on my top faves anytime soon. The ingredients were a pain in the butt to get a hold of, which is not that damning, believe it or not. You know, I think El Mañana is kind of like the bastard love child of a hot toddy and a margarita.
Ooh.
I mean, you have the tea element with the liquor, but it's cold, there's a salt rim. You bring all these things together and you kind of have this new creature. You don't really taste the tequila, at least in the proportions. You could pour it stronger, I suppose, if you wanted.
I suppose.
But,
like, you could have this in one hand and a bottle of tequila in the other hand, and just put some of this in your mouth and some of that. So there is one more thing we need to do before we get to the final review, PJ.
That's right. We need to thank the one person that made all of this possible.
We almost consider them a member of our staff, because they packed the package that we opened later and made a show out of.
So ER, wherever you are,
thank you. All right, PJ, it's time for the final review. Are you ready?
No, but let's do it anyway.
Excellent. On a scale from Angel Weeks to Monster Minutes, where do you rate Demon Days?
I feel like this is a setup for me just to say Demon Days, isn't it?
No.
All right, well, like a fish, avoiding the mad angler's hook, I am actually gonna have to put this a little more closer to Angel Weeks, because this album is proven that there's a lot of singles that are still on the radio today, and you could listen to this album for weeks, maybe not back to back for weeks. I would have to say for the Gorillaz that this is one album that has a lot of lasting power. So Michael, from a scale of in the beginning there was to the end is nigh, where would you rate this album?
Okay, so in the beginning there was to the end is nigh. Well, you know, I think this album actually covers the distance. This album is an entire epoch unto itself. I think that the intro provides the beginning. It's sort of the creation of what will become the Demon Days. And then we take this crazy bumpy ride through the journey until the very end, which ends in this choral sort of epic, but also kind of sad and melancholy kind of way. I feel like this encompasses both the beginning and the end, the alpha and the omega. Well, that'll do it for another episode of Review Me Please. As always, I've been Michael.
And I've been PJ. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please let us know, and be sure to share it with your friends and subscribe to see some more awesome content.
We'll have a lot more vinyl reviews for you and a lot more cocktail reviews coming up. So until next time, keep it spinning.